Hi everybody, welcome to an audio-only episode of RBTV, I guess that's what it's called. This is episode 25, even though I kept calling the last one episode 25 and it was episode 24. I'm sure you all picked up on that. We're on the train back from London with Mike Lewis and Mike Lang. We've just been covering all the social media channels for Polaris 9, which was at the Indigo at the O2 in London. Guess who only had 4 hours sleep and quite a few beers last night. Just can't remember a fucking thing. First swear word, by the way. There we are, 43 seconds.
Boom.
And we're just going to talk about the cards, everything that happened in a recap. So, yeah, hi guys.
Now then.
Mike's just on his phone.
How's it going?
Paying no attention to us at all. It's too big time for the podcast.
My brain's not working now. This took some getting on, this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. And you'll only have us on audio.
Well,
won't show our faces.
If there's somewhere to set up a camera with a wide
I suppose
angle
we are
lens,
on
which I don't have.
We are on the train.
Yeah. So first, well, I guess we'll get right into it. What stands out for you from last night, from all the Polaris matches?
Fionn.
Yeah.
Yeah, there has got to be something said for Fionn. Like, if she hadn't already made a statement, like, to the world, then at black belt, then that was it last night.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people who will watch that in her division who will shit it for next week at Pans. Like,
oh yeah, she's competing so much. Like, ADCC London Grand Slam the week before Polaris, smashed through everybody there.
Yeah.
Polaris, then the Pan Ams the week after.
I think Cesari's like a 3 times world champion.
Yeah, something
as
like
well.
that. Yeah.
And she does it in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not too shabby, is it?
No.
I mean, a lot of people before the match were saying that, especially people that know Fionn, were saying that she was going to absolutely steamroll her. And a few, me included, I thought a lot of people were counting out Cesari. You know, she trains with Amanda Nunes on a daily basis. Ioane and Jacek was sending like messages. Like, I know she's not a grappling beast, but she's a beast. Like, the level of people that she's training with over at ATT is as high as it gets. And for the first like couple of minutes, I thought like Cesari brought it. And I feel like I mean I can't remember specifically, but like,
well, it was all done in a minute. Cesari had her in guillotine.
Yeah,
it looked a tight guillotine.
And
then Fionn literally just stood up out of it, and then 30 seconds later tapped her.
Yeah,
incredible.
I feel like that scramble was Cesari's downfall. Like, she did something. She like got a weird underhook or something, and like Fionn's judo instincts just kicked in, and
it was like in a weird scramble.
That was all
like,
she wrote, wasn't it?
Yeah, like she managed to kind of like jump to side control, and then that was it in the mad scramble, and then it was over. Like, she worked from there a mount, and then
I feel like that match was always going to be like that though, because they're both so fast, they're both so explosive. Like, obviously last time Cesari competed, I thought she got a straight ankle off, but she beat Michelle Nicolini back at Polaris 2 or 3 with a flying arm bar. You know, like, she's no joke.
In the interviews, I think Cesari said this is only the second time she's competed in no gi.
Yeah,
she's never ever competed. She just doesn't do it. She's always done gi.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
if
she beat Nicolini in the gi.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she asks for a rematch in the gi.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be cool. I don't think it'll happen for a little while.
No.
We need to figure out Polaris opponents.
Are they in the same division?
Not say anything here that like the public might not be aware of. But anyway,
at Pans and ADCC and all that, are they in the same division?
I don't know if Cesari's been invited to ADCC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if she competed in the trial. I don't know. She's going to be a couple of years older than her. I can't remember how much.
Has Fionn been invited? I don't know. If she hasn't been, then somebody needs to be sending an email. Put it that way.
Yeah, someone's getting shot at.
Well, didn't she win the trials?
I think so. Yeah.
So she shot the match, didn't she?
Yeah. Let me see what the power of the internet. Oh my god, I think my head's going to explode. This train's like just gone subatomic.
Yeah. There was a good few like stand-up matches, like
I'll find it. Fuck it.
Favourites for me, like Tommy Lankinen made like a massive statement for me against Sebastian Brosh. Yeah, like
how
flying
good
triangle.
Was that flying triangle?
I know, yeah. I thought that was it. It was over, and I managed to get that basically on Polaris' stories, and then cut it off, and then I waited to see if he'd finished it, and then I put it up when he hadn't. It
was so quick. Like, they were stood very low to each other, facing each other, and before he'd even had the grip, his legs were off the floor, and he was like,
Yeah.
it was like
Well, he tried it again, didn't he? Like, he nearly snapped a triangle on him again.
Yeah,
like,
bust his nose as well.
Yeah.
But when he transitioned to the armbar, I was sure that arm popped.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
yeah,
like...
he does yoga though, so
Bendy and
noodle arms.
Well, I was talking to Tommy before, like, just when we were setting up and stuff like that, and we were joking that it was going to be a match for who could establish bendy dominance, like the furthest. So
Yeah.
we said that he should come out and just do like the Van Damme splits like straight away to show him that he's not playing around.
Lineker is phenomenal, isn't he? And I think,
so technical.
I mean, Sebastian Bush just generally seems like a happy dude, doesn't he? He came out like all smiles and stuff, and like had a little play around, and then like doing like joking when the book fists, and then fucking
Then it was
Lineker
on.
like, yeah, cool, yeah, I'm gonna try and kill you.
Yeah, we're fighting now.
yeah, Tommy Lineker needs to be on the main card next, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was a main card match, but it was put there on purpose to entice people that watch the prelims to then go off and watch the main card.
Calling out
It
Keenan.
did exactly.
Calling out Keenan Cornelius as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great match.
I think.
The big size difference though, like Keenan's huge compared to Tommy.
Well, I think that fight was at 84
Yeah.
or 86
Yeah.
something, and Keenan's fought at 88 before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that day before waiting? I don't know. Like, to be fair.
I think they're going to try and make it though.
Yeah, that'd
Right.
be an awesome match.
Are we allowed to say that?
Huh?
Are we allowed to say that?
Well, he said it. I
He
don't
called
know,
him out,
like-
yeah,
He called him out.
yeah.
Like, Polaris will always try to make whatever
The
they
most
can.
exciting matches
You know
they
what I
can,
mean?
yeah,
like,
yeah,
if they can, they can.
Yeah.
Like, there's everything over the weekend of Dylan versus Ben Askren. Like, if they could make that happen, they would.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, true.
I think it's one of those things where if the public responds well to that fight, and
they'll try and make it. Yeah.
and they call for it, and people are asking for it, they'll try and do it.
Yeah.
Keaton's fought on it a couple of times, so it's not like he's averse to
Yeah.
the, you know.
And he doesn't like fighting no gi anymore, Keenan. So I think
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he said. At the last Polaris, he said he was. I think he's got a dodgy neck, and no gi hurts his neck more
Yeah.
with people pulling down on the head.
Yeah.
It's a big part of no gi, isn't it? A
yeah.
lot of wrestling. Yeah.
And Tommy's statement of what did he say? I want to show you that worm guard shit doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's what he said in his interview.
No, because
Should be,
hasn't Keenan been saying a load of stuff like Berimbolo doesn't work or something?
Yeah.
And he was saying it does.
He used some nice Berimbolo attacks.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And like, he moves so well, Tommy Lineker.
His
He's like,
back
he's
take?
fast and like clean.
His technical back takes, I think he pulled it off like 2 or 3 during the match, were unreal.
Yeah.
Like watching them do it, they were just so well done. How he jumped on the back as well and stuff, like a couple of times. Like how like fast and athletic he was, like to just jump on stuff. It was incredible.
Yeah. Ed Ingram's Ash Amos.
Ash Amos, I said it.
Did you?
Yeah, on the way up.
Yeah.
Because he was saying that.
I was gutted.
Because Mike's obviously a big fan of Ed. I was
Ed,
like, don't
yeah.
write him out. Like,
I like Ed. Yeah. He's
Ash has done some beastly stuff. He's such so technically so strong.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that I've seen a video of him squatting 200 and stuff like that. Like
Ed.
maybe Ash.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like he does do strength and conditioning. He is a beast. I may be wrong on the number for that, so if I am, I apologise. But I know I've seen him putting up some big numbers.
I think the danger is when you've got a game focused on leg locks, which Ed has, that involves you getting underneath and being on the bottom.
Yeah.
And if you're on the bottom against a dude who's
big dude like that. Yeah.
who's got a big, heavy top game.
Yeah. His passing, like considering Ed is so proficient at leg locks, like it was Ash's passing for me that he managed to deal with that and pass like on a few occasions. Like that for me is just so hard. Like with it, passing against a decent leg locker is
It's a great fight. Great fight. I thought Ash Amos moves like a lightweight.
Yeah.
Ed in the first couple of minutes actually really got him in danger with the legs. He did a beautiful little escape, a nice little sweep, but then as soon as Ash got on top,
Right.
it was done.
I saw. I don't know say which one, but I saw a judge's scorecard that scored it for Ed in the first round as well.
Yeah.
And so to bring it back, like props to Ash Amos. If I don't know what the other, it was just because I was stood there and being nosy while I was taking pictures, but to bring it back after you might think you're down on the cards. It's probably, I don't know, psychologically it's probably easy because it's just one long match. You don't go back to your corner and go, shit, I lost that round.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you do.
Some scalp for Ash Amos though.
Yeah.
Ed's a pretty prominent UK black belt.
Yeah.
He's won. He won pretty much everything at Brown, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
He won Euros.
He had a bit of
maybe Masters or
like a period of downtime, didn't he? Because I think he had a couple of surgeries. But obviously, he's got a really good relationship with the guys from Scramble for a long period of time.
Yeah.
He's been sponsored by them for God knows how long now. Must be nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
So they knew how good he was from like his earlier stuff. So I definitely think he'll be back on the card. Like absolutely. Like.
Yeah, I mean, Ed beat Jamie at Polaris 8. Jamie's back on the card straight away for this one. So speaking of great fights, that was an unreal fight.
Yeah, I'm bitter about it, so I'm going to not talk about it.
I thought it was just a good match. Ari is such a big dude. Jamie's obviously, what's interesting is Jamie was actually a little bit taller than him, but Ari's like so wide. Great match.
For me, like obviously I've like known Jamie for a long time now.
Yeah.
But obviously as cards on the table we work with him, so like I'm completely biased against it. But even still, I didn't realise how big a dude Jamie was. Still, like this is the first time I've ever met him in person. Obviously Ben like has trained with him and stuff, but I couldn't believe how big a dude. Considering like there's no way I would think that Jamie would be 90 kilos. Like look at him, he's an absolute. But then again, so is Aya. Like he's absolutely like he's like obviously a bit shorter, but like just so much wider. I mean, he's such a nice dude as well. Like
was that 100 kilo catch weight? That one?
I think so.
Yeah, 90 or 100. Because like we booked didn't we go into the shop? Were you with us when we were going? No. And he was just walking like in completely the opposite direction. To the hotel, and it was only because he's seen Josh Palmer. And like he said, where's our hotel? And he's like, you're going the wrong way, bro.
Who weighed in like the jeans with the coffee in the hand?
I don't know.
It's got to be one of the bigger dudes. You guys might have missed it. One of the four that we've just talked about. Weighed in.
Was it Jamie? Because I think he's right. He doesn't cut weight or anything. He always stays
Jamie. Because I'm pretty sure that was a 100 kilos fight. And Jamie weighed in about 95.
90,
and Arya was the full 100. I think.
I laughed at like.
And might have had to be careful about what he was eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I laughed at Frederick, like how he was weighing in and stuff. Like as we were doing all the.
He was just naked.
He was just naked.
Every time I saw him, he was just naked.
I just walked out of like where the weighing like ceremony room was to go to the media room to start doing stuff. I just turned the corner and he was just stood there fully starked, and he was like, "All right," and I was like, "Now then, giant naked man."
He was fed up. He was saying that he just didn't want to. It was like, I'm done. No, like it's 200 grams. Like you've got 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
You can lose that walking. We'll just go for a walk around London. And he was saying to his coach, like, I'm done. I'm done. And he was like, I'm not letting you, because you lose a percentage of your purse. Like, He was like, come on. He was like, you can't sweat it out. He cut a lot.
He looked like even after he'd weighed
they
in.
choices. He didn't have to fight it that way.
He like. Obviously the 24 hours did him the world of good, but I remember looking at him when we were doing like the face-offs and stuff, and I was thinking, God, you still look like. Obviously he was still putting everything back in then, but
I've got a wicked picture. Sophie collared me. I went I nipped out to like the front of the stage with my camera, and she went, go and get a picture of Freddie at the bar. And because he jumped off the stage, just ran straight to the bar. And he's like stood at the bar in his singlet with 2 of his mates, gold medal around his neck with a pint in his hand.
I've seen that photo. Great photo.
I've seen him walking around backstage with like still in the singlet with a beer.
Good dude. He's funny as well. Check out his Instagram.
He's funny. He's got good crack.
He's a nice dude, and he's a fucking animal. Get the size of him. You know what I mean?
It was interesting because people were talking about him before the fight, and I heard someone say, "You know what he's going to do? He's pretty much
wrestler.
He's a leg lock dude.
Wrestler.
He's going to go on. He's going to pull guard. He's going to attack." And he came out, and he was playing that Carlson Gracie top game, and he was going for the takes, and he had quite a bit of success with it.
Carlson Gracie.
He had quite a bit of success with it. He nearly tapped the guy in that first 2 minutes, but after that he just kind of went back to the leg locks. And I thought it would have been interesting if he'd carried on trying that pressure pass in.
Oh right, sorry, I see what you're saying. I think he had a told at one point, and I was like my knees started hurting while I was watching it. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. And then like the paramedics kind of sat there, and I'm like, you guys might want to pay attention to someone might lose the leg here.
He's a good fighter.
Thankfully it didn't happen. So
Though thankfully I don't think there was any injuries last night.
touch wood. No, a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
of
that I know
like
of.
Sebastian's nose got messed up.
Yeah.
A couple of people might have got their arms looked at or something.
He looked all right. We got the bus back with him, didn't he?
Yeah, he was all right, yeah.
He looked fine. Like Sebastian.
Oh yeah.
He was all right. Very nice dude.
Yeah, cool. So main cards, Santeri and Tete. Now, none of us watched the full match, did we?
Yeah, I did.
You watched the full match?
Yeah,
All
I watched it, yeah.
I watched the first couple of minutes and then I was off busy doing stuff. Some people were unhappy with the decision that Tete won the match. I can't say anything, but I'm just going to say I don't want to.
Controversial.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would have. But again, I'm not a judge. There's a reason why I'm not sat there as a judge.
Yeah.
But I agree. Like, I think it was the only thing
You
I can
think it was Santeri's match?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can think of is Tete obviously pulled off a big throw early on.
Yeah.
In that first round,
Yeah.
I can see giving Tete the first
I
round.
watched the first round and then I was backstage. So, but I thought Tete got the first round.
I think that, like, obviously there are like Polaris is always looking at the rule set to try and like tweak it and make sure that it provides like the most exciting matches for people. And one of the things they've been talking about is rewarding big takedowns and throws.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if that reflected it. I don't know.
But it
to
is
be
still
honest.
split into 3 rounds, isn't it?
It is,
so
yeah.
they can reward it for,
Oh, yeah.
for that.
Yeah, it's split. Like when we say rounds, for anybody
Yeah.
listening who doesn't know, it's a 15-minute long match, and they obviously split it into thirds. So when the judges score it, they score it per 5
Every
minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah.
But yeah, that was a big throw that he got, and I don't know if that kind of like
Yeah.
swayed people.
I think as well, it's not MMA, so I think in MMA you tend to think the person who's on top is winning.
I still think
So
that,
maybe that skews a little bit because I
still
saw
think-
Santeri was on top. He was in side
Yeah,
control.
yeah.
He was showing the pressure. He was for seemingly about 10 minutes that match. So I can't see how, but maybe Tete was doing
but again,
stuff
the opposite side of that, Wagner Rocha got the decision that, like, on the same basis that he was on top
Yeah.
and coming forward. However, I would argue that I agree with one of the judges who we won't name. So, but
What's interesting though is
Yeah.
the judge who gave that to Ross Nichols
yeah,
for his work on the bottom
yeah,
is the same judge who gave it to Santeri
yeah.
for his work on the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is
It was just that Ross threatened submissions for me. Wagner threatened 0 submissions. Like, there was none. Like, all he did every time he got Ross like started to like engage him in something, he just stripped it and came back out, and then came back in.
Yeah.
Ross threatened with submissions. Like, he stopped him from passing his guard for 99. Like, he passed
Yeah.
it once.
But the thing is, I think when it comes to decisions with Ross, he's very passive.
Yeah.
So he'll sit and he'll take his time, and he'll get under, and then he'll go for the submission. Whereas, like Wagner was pushing the pace. He was pushing Ross to his
Who was-
absolute limit. Yes, he didn't pass his guard. But
who
he was
felt
fucking
uncomfortable in that fight.
Ross.
Yeah. So
I don't-
100%.
that
I think that-
Wagner might feel uncomfortable for.
I think he was very frustrated.
20-second things.
I think he was very frustrated, Wagner, because he couldn't pass. He couldn't do his game at
couldn't.
all, to Ross. Like, he couldn't do like his not
Yeah.
like his pressure, like passing and stuff like that, just did not work on Ross.
Yeah.
Like,
Ross's guard is spectacular.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've watched Ross Nichols.
I don't know.
properly.
Like, I don't know. A lot of people will
Really
agree with me.
spectacular guard, yeah.
And I am totally biased, but Ross threatened submissions, Wagner threatened none. Like, for me, in like where submissions are heavily rewarded and going, I would have. But it's that thing is, if you're on the top and you're trying to pass, then you're winning.
Wagner was smashing, trying to smash.
Yeah, but failing.
Ross wasn't.
Yeah, but he was failing to smash.
Yeah,
Like-
Ross was failing to get any sort of submission set up.
I know, but he did.
Trying,
But he did
but so
attempt
was
to.
Ross.
He-
So was Wagner, but Wagner was doing it more aggressively than Ross. So they were both trying to
Yeah,
submit
yeah.
the other one. They were both trying to achieve
Yeah.
something. Neither of them achieved it, but Wagner was doing it with more vinegar and more fucking.
Yeah, he was also
I don't
he
know.
was playing to the crowd. He was.
Yeah, he did
He was
that.
being
He
a
did.
bit
That
of a
is-
showman.
yeah, that is
It's,
true.
I felt
true.
maybe Wagner looked like he kind of big brothered him a little bit.
Yeah.
I
For me,
thought
yeah.
Ross was dangerous.
Yeah.
And he's clearly a high level black belt. But it looks like I think Wagner's like a 4-5 degree black belt.
Yeah,
He's been a
yeah.
black belt for a long time, and I thought that showed.
I think it was a good thing for like Ross, considering what you saw like Wagner Rocha do at Ben Henderson
Yeah.
at the
Oh,
last
yeah,
one,
yeah,
which was
yeah,
like
yeah.
an insane scalp.
Yeah,
Like we saw what Ben Henderson did to AJ Osgram and
Yeah.
made him look like a child, like just absolutely manhandled him. And then to see Wagner Rocha like beat Ben Henderson, but then couldn't do
Struggle
anything with Ross.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because
It's that same thing, that styles make fights. They always do.
Ross's stock only went up after that performance. It's like fucking hell. Like he took whatever Wagner has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't seem phased by it.
well, he couldn't do anything. He passed once for a brief period of time, but couldn't secure a position. And then Ross just kind of like retained his guard again.
Yeah.
He didn't try any submissions. Ross tried twice. Obviously, the submissions were defended both times, but
Yeah.
Well, we all know my feelings on Wagner Ross.
yeah. And again,
I
like,
love Wagner Ross.
I really like Ross. So again, it's completely. This is why we're not judges, because I would just like, well, he's my mate. He's blatantly won, even though he got submitted. Like,
Ross is a good dude.
What's interesting, so Wagner's now the number 1 contender. I think he's fought Munch before.
Oh, really?
The current title.
I think he's beat
beaten
Munch.
him.
He's beat Manchikara,
Yeah, so I think that'll be a good fight. And I think they might be similar to the Ben Henderson fight, because I don't think Munch is a guide player. When he fought Lachlan, he was on top of him. He fought Lachlan Jowers for the belt. He was on top of him the whole time, passing. So which will probably be similar kind to Ben Henderson, who's going to be a top player.
Yeah.
So I think that makes for an exciting fight.
Yeah.
Hopefully in there.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. Yeah.
Darryl O'Connor versus Mike Perez.
Mike Perez came out like a fucking bulldog, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think a lot of people didn't really know who he was. People who know, but like obviously the UK crowd have just been like fully right. Yeah, Darrow's gonna Darrow him.
He spent pretty much the first 5-6 minutes in that front headlock position, attacking darters and guillotines.
Is that a bulldog?
Yeah,
wouldn't like clamp down, wouldn't let go.
I was impressed because every time I see Darrow, like in my mind, he's like just like a little 70 kilo dude, but he's not. He's absolutely stacked Darrow.
Oh, he's
like
tank,
such a lovely dude as well. Obviously, like his jiu-jitsu and his coaching speak for itself. It was just one of those matches where it didn't. I think he was just, for whatever reason, he was put on the back foot from that front headlock, and Mike Perez kept trying to go like back to that. Darrow was
a beast. Yeah.
I think it was again Darrow going for takedowns and stuff, and him just sprawling on it and working that front headlock that he did with like his control was incredible from that front headlock.
Yeah.
Like,
I tell you what, I think all of this makes what Ffion did more impressive, because what I mean is a lot of the Europe, British best, they fight the Americans who've been doing it obviously a long time.
Yeah.
They give a really good showing for themselves. They're always impressive, but they fall just short. Darrow against Perez and Ross versus Wagner, and they kind of just can't get over that hump, that big win.
Yeah.
I think so. To be honest, that's what I was expecting with Ffion and Jazari. It was like, she'll do well, but Jazari's a legend. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So to see her smash her in 3 minutes, and like compared to the other Brits in Europe, because everyone's odd, it's Europe's best against some of the best Americans. 9 times out of 10, the Americans do normally class tells in the end, but against the plucky Brit.
For me, it's the speed that Fion's done it. 5 minutes ago, she was a brown belt, and now she's smashing everyone a black belt. You know what I mean? Like
November, she got a black. Did she?
And she's won 4 months. And she's already won
World Euros.
World Euros.
Polaris.
Polaris.
She maybe deserved a black before then.
Maybe.
But I would keep up. You know what I mean?
She only had a brown about a year, I think.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
She wasn't a long time at brown.
Right. Okay.
But what are you going to do when she wins everything?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like that Lloyd Irvin thing, isn't it? Lloyd Irvin used to promote people to. Basically, if you won worlds at your belt, you just promote you straight away.
Well, you should, because you're the best in the world.
Yeah, really. I think Keenan spent about 6 months at purple belt.
Right.
And then he was brown, and he spent a year at brown, and he was black.
I think that like it's one of those things that you see it all the time, like, or even like when people win the Euros, like they're on the podium 3 years in a row at like blue, they might get silver 3 years in a row, but come on, like you can't be winning, get silver.
Whatever belt you are, there's always somebody at that belt that's probably capable of beating you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you and that person are not actually the next belt.
But that's a deep hole that we could go down forever.
How cool was it having Faraz Zahabi there coaching Ethan Crellington? Like that was just like Justin being there, such a like poignant voice of combat sports.
And
unbelievably high level black belt. George St. Pierre's coach, and I'm kind of like stood next to him, listening to him coaching his athlete, which is cool.
I didn't see him again, but I did think I'm going to get a photo with you when I saw
for
it.
us,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, no, I didn't get one because I didn't see him again.
Because wasn't he in
But-
Jake Shields' corner as well?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
Did Lovato and Jake Shields both came with no cornermen? Because I noticed Darryl was cornering Lovato.
yeah. They're friends. They've trained a bit in the past and
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
So
And Faraz was cornering Jake Shields.
yeah.
But I know Lovato came with people. I don't know if it was with a coach
Yeah, he had
or
another
anything.
guy. Lovato had another
Right.
like,
And he had his
coach with him.
and he has his girlfriend with him.
Yeah. So yeah, Faraz Zahabi was there coaching Ethan Crelinson, which as an MMA fan in general was pretty exciting. I got a picture of a couple of pictures of him and like a video of him like just keeping his eye on his athletes backstage, which is crazy if you think about like caliber of MMA coach, George St. Pierre's coach. What more do you need?
Yeah. Did anybody get anything with Molly? Molly McCann came over, didn't she?
I didn't see it.
I know she was there watching. I didn't see it though.
Paddy Pimblett was there as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think so. I think they all came over. Like same. I don't know if like Chris Fishgold, I think, was there as well. I don't know.
Alright, yeah, he's competed.
He's competed, yeah, he's competed.
Yeah. So yeah, Ethan's back control was something
Yeah. That was
to
some
behold.
fight.
Yeah, it was wicked,
That
wasn't
was
it?
some fight.
Because Tom Halpin's legit.
Yeah. Are they both black belts?
I don't know. Ethan's a brown belt, I think. Yeah.
So,
I might be wrong on that. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, he basically had a rear naked choke locked in on him for about
7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah. And Tom Halpin's escapes had the crowd going mental.
Yeah.
Every single time he got out, the crowd went crazy. We were saying how long can he survive, but then the other side of things was how long can Ethan squeeze for?
Yeah.
Because that must wear your arms out.
Yeah. And he's in shape, but he had a lot of muscle on him as well.
Yeah.
And we all know muscle ties out over time.
Yeah. But then his transition to the arm was
Slick, wasn't it? And it's funny that because a lot of people at a higher level, you're generally more likely to transition to the choke from the arm instead of the arm to the choke, because usually choke's a safer bet in terms of like being able to tap someone out, you know, because if they don't tap, if they're too tough to tap, they go unconscious, you know what I mean? But obviously Tom's not daft, he didn't want to get his arm broken, which would have happened because that arm bar was in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For the choke, it was crazy how he just kept managing to get like his wrist and his fingers in. Like,
It was just, I love matches that are just full of transitions and scrambles, and it was just a quick fight.
Yeah. He's got
Fast moving fight, sorry, not quick fight.
He's got
two
some
good guys.
big things ahead of him, I think. Spends half of his time at Henzo's, and the other half of his time at TriStar under Faraz.
Not bad places to train, eh?
No.
You're going to do well out of that. And he's a nice dude. He's obviously focused. I think he's got the potential to be a very, very, very high level grappler. You know?
Does he compete MMA or is it just grappling?
No, it's grappling. It's jiu-jitsu
Right, okay.
for now, I think. He could do he could end up building his brand. You know, like Tonin has, and obviously Gordon Ryan's thinking about it. So yeah, and kind of going down that route. If he was again like Henzo's and TriStar, in terms of gyms to learn learn MMA, fucking hell.
Where does Tom Halpin train out of? Is he East Coast?
He's under Darius, yeah.
Darius,
He's under Darius, trains in Ireland.
So Dara had a good few fighters on last night then.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Max Phelan, Tom Halpin, and
him.
himself.
Yeah,
It must be a cool feeling to have your team and then be competing all on the same card.
Yeah.
He's building a strong squad, isn't he?
and he had me have Perhovic down with him to like warm up and stuff. They've tried to match him for this Polaris, but struggled because no one wants to fight him because he's fucking terrifying.
Right.
But he said he's just posted on Instagram saying he's got a match for the next Polaris. You can't say who against, obviously, until it's announced. But he was like, "Yeah, I've got a match that's going to be wicked."
Do you
so
know?
that'd be cool. No, I have no idea.
No.
I just saw on Instagram there. If I'd have known, I'd have tried to find out and tell you.
I only know of the one fight, and they've already announced it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking about that after the main event.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Jake Shields, Rafael Lovato Jr.
was more exciting than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Optimistic.
I thought Lovato looked brilliant, looked aggressive.
Yeah.
He looked good on top. He looked good from the bottom. We were speaking
That
earlier.
takedown was gorgeous. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
big takedown from Lovato.
They were going at it on the feet. They kind of came off the mats a few times, and they were knocking at the sponsorship boards. They were. It was good. It was good, aggressive match.
Yeah, it was cool, wasn't it?
I was disappointed with Jake Shields. Just when he got in the guard, he just seemed to stay there. Now I know that's easy to say because you're competing against a long, dude, long legs, good guard game. But do something. do something though. Yeah. It's like I thought he seemed a bit like he was gassed a little bit.
Okay. So we were talking about this last night, and Jake Shields seems like that all the time. He's always like heavy breathing, but I think he can keep that up for like an hour.
Probably, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, and maybe that's because he's not expending much energy because he's just hanging out in the cards.
But then again,
I don't know.
Wrestling and stuff like that, and hand fighting with Lovato can't exactly be a.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's got to be a tiring experience.
It's
to say the least.
easy to say, well, attack.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing as well. It's you want it to be a spectator sport as well,
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
I thought Lovato because Lovato could have hung out in his guard, but he didn't. He opened up his guard. He was attacking him. He went for a nice little platter.
Yeah.
For a little bit, Jay kind of shut it down, but that was a good fight.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Fun. It'd be interesting to see if they do manage to make him and Craig Jones. Craig's got 2 titles, so he could have it at middleweight or light heavyweight.
So the light heavyweight's at 88 kilos.
I don't know.
Because I think this fight was at 88. I think
was it? Okay, yeah. I don't know.
I don't think Craig's too interested in defending middleweight. I think it's a big weight cut for him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But light heavyweight, Craig Jones versus Lovato would be.
That'd be a wicked match. They're both really long. They're both tall. That'd be a hell of a match.
I think Lovato's game as well is a nice crushing kind of top game.
Yeah, Craig likes to get under and look for legs.
Which I think would be a nice little styles match.
And I think Craig would try and wrestle with him for a bit as well, just to see.
Well, he did with Keenan, didn't he?
Yeah.
Against Keenan, he didn't go for legs at all.
Keenan's got good wrestling.
Keenan's
got really good wrestling.
Yeah. Which is interesting because Keenan was saying about Craig, the one thing that Craig's incredibly effective at is the one thing, Craig's got a couple of things that he's so good at that he was like, if he catches me, if I get caught in Craig's game, he's tapping me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's so proficient at that, but he didn't seem to go for that or play that against Keenan, which is interesting.
Yeah, and
obviously he's still got the win.
And that surprised Keenan as well.
Yeah.
I think is it in ADCC? Keenan beat him 13-14 points to 0.
Handily, yeah.
So before that fight, he was very much. Did you see my last fight? How am I the underdog here? He was very confused about that.
Yeah.
So the fact Craig completely changed it up.
Yeah.
But that would make for an interesting fight against Lovato.
Yeah.
And Lovato's name is a big name at the minute. He's fighting Musashi next for the belt.
He's essentially just waiting for the. That's what he said. He doesn't want to take any more fights. Musashi's injured. He's earned the championship fight. And that's I guess that's one of the reasons he's doing some grappling tournaments and stuff, is because his next fight lined up was Musashi for the belt, and Musashi got injured, and he said, I'm not fighting anybody in the gym, I've got my title shot, I'll wait and just do loads of grappling competitions in between. So it's massive for us to have.
Lovato, it'd be a hell of a match.
It's good that it's an option as well, isn't it, for jiu-jitsu people to make money?
Yeah.
To have now, Polaris, Kasai,
and
Fast Fest, so
Figure
many
4.
out there. Yeah.
And every time, I go to Polaris now.
None of us said EBI then.
No, screw those guys.
Slap jitsu.
I'm always blown away by how every time the production of Polaris just goes up and up and up and up.
It's sick,
the
isn't it?
the amount of paparazzi type stuff we were joking that was there, the amount of people covering it, how well it runs,
it was busy as well.
Yeah,
it was so obviously it was my first time in the O2.
Yeah.
So in Cardiff for the last one, it was a big arena. There was a lot of people, not the same amount of people, but it just felt kind of sparse. This felt it was a good atmosphere.
Yeah,
it was a good atmosphere. A lot of people, a lot of fans, a lot of educated people cheering sweeps, cheering escapes.
Yes, which is nice, isn't it? Yeah. I've not heard a grappling crowd go as wild as they did for when Theon won. That was amazing to hear. The whole place, fucking roof came off. You know what I mean? So important for European jiu-jitsu, UK jiu-jitsu. Theon really puts on the map. I'm worried about this battery dying, so. We talk about Polaris 10.
Yeah, so big fight announced. Nicky Ryan versus Uriah Faber.
Yeah.
Which is I think we have to talk about the the promo video that was put together. Big shout out to Ricardo who put the video together. That was featured.
I didn't realise that. I didn't realise that was done by you. And I saw it on Fight Pass.
Yeah, it's gone out on Fight Pass and everything. So that's awesome. Props to Rick.
Chance, you know, their video guys already had too much chance to cut the promo together. Asked if I could maybe try and put it together, and I did. Got approved. The UFC liked it, and it went out. So that was my trophy for the weekend. Got goosebumps when I seen it on the screen.
Yeah, man.
It's cool.
It was awesome to see.
I did like to use that as the announcement was such a big fight. Like when Uriah Faber came on the screen and everyone in the crowd did, ooh.
Who do you think takes that fight?
Nicky Ryan.
Do you really?
Yeah, I love Uriah Faber.
I don't think he's got an intimate
I can't count
knowledge
Nicky Ryan out.
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't think that.
Similar feeling. I just keep going. Oh, someone will figure it out.
At what point though does someone having like proper man strength, like Uriah Faber? I just imagine being
strong.
Yeah.
I know Faber's.
Yeah,
it's when you can
stop him.
It's when you can stop him doing what he's trying to do. Like, does Uriah Faber have an intimate working knowledge of the leg lock game? Like, if he doesn't, that's the thing. Because if he doesn't, then that's like a massive thing. Like you've seen, like when Nicky fought Phil Harris, like he's like a strong wrestler dude, and Nicky's still like triangle. Was it triangle armbar?
But the difference in like wrestling pedigree between him and Uriah Faber
is massive. Yeah, like don't get me wrong, but Nicky's not going to try and wrestle him. He's going to come out and just sit down. That's the problem that you've got, because it's not like ADCC where you have to wrestle for the first X amount of minutes, otherwise you lose points.
There is that fucking Team Alpha Male guillotine though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a reason their gym are so proficient at that, and it's pretty much down to it.
And there's also an elite level athlete in Uriah Faber.
Yes.
Focusing not on MMA, not on having to work all disciplines. He's got 2-3 months to do nothing but grapple.
Yeah, if he
dedicates himself to it. Because I think some MMA fighters do think a grappling tournament's like it's like a day off, it's like a hobby, it's fun for them.
Yeah.
Whereas like for grapplers it's life and death. For MMA as well, I'm not getting punched, so it's just nice. It's a little holiday to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that fight. I'm excited for that fight.
Wicked. Right, I'm going to wrap it up in case Batch goes again. Polaris, that was Polaris 9. Polaris 10, tickets are on sale now, 25th of May.
Yep.
It's in Poole, which is like Bournemouth or Dorset or something. So if you listen to this... No,
sorry. Please.
got some snacks. So Polaris 10, May 25th. It's at the Lighthouse in Poole. Thanks, Mike.
No problem. We shall see you for the next one.
Sweet.
RBTV episode 25. Check it,